Hey guys, uh, I'm Ivan,
I'm Brittany.
and welcome to the what is this fifth, fourth? I don't even know. What
Fourth or fifth episode. It's been a couple weeks since we did our last
couple
recording
weeks? It's been
because
two
we've had a.
months.
Has it been 2 months already?
It's been 2 months.
Jesus. Well, I mean, we both had a lot of shit going on, so
Yeah, yeah.
so
Yeah. I've been out of work for an entire month.
and I'm getting back into a job, so
Yeah, yeah. That's mostly why like your schedule's like so flaky, you know.
yeah. So
Yeah.
um
I mean like I've had a lot of free time to record in the past 2 months. It's just that like I've been waiting for a day that like my parents are gone that you are also free.
yeah,
Finally, they're gone on a Thursday, so
right?
it is very bright outside. Holy crap! Uh,
Yeah.
but yeah, so first thing on the agenda, uh, the new Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, literally dropped today, so we
Yeah,
got to talk about it.
yeah.
Um
I saw the trailer 30 minutes after it dropped, so I was
I
like,
just saw it a little bit ago. So it's still pretty fresh in my mind.
yeah,
But even still, that being said, I knew they were going to do something after the ending of MK11. They weren't just going to leave it like that, especially on
yeah,
such a cliffhanger.
yeah. I was literally talking to David about it yesterday, I'm just like, yeah, they rumored that they were gonna reset the timeline, and
Yeah,
I was wondering whose canon they're gonna go for.
yeah. Because
Turns out it's Liu Kang's canon.
I kind of figured, because that is how the story shows that we're following.
Yeah,
So, um, it'll be interesting to see how this all plays out. Obviously, we know Shang Tsung is going to be the villain again. He
that's
always is.
that's what we're assuming.
Yeah,
It could just be a completely new villain.
right. Um, so, yeah.
Are you like trying to stare at your cat, see where she's going?
He's Give me 1 second. I can't tell if it's audible or not, but she's like fucking sounds like she's about to cough up a hairball or something.
Nah, I can't hear that.
Yeah. So that's gonna have to get cut out, but yeah, back to Mortal Kombat. So yeah, with Mortal Kombat yeah, we're assuming Shang Tsung is the villain because they're kind of portraying him that way.
Yeah, and
Um
he also tends to be just the villain of Mortal Kombat in general, like Bison or Akuma
yeah.
is for Street Fighter,
And if it's like, and if it's not him, it's usually like Shao Kahn or some other
or
like
yeah, or I'm forgetting what his name is, Kodo Khan, I think. Or I actually am not even sure if he was a villain.
no, Kotal Kahn
Or
wasn't
Kano,
really,
or Kano.
yeah, like more. I would say more Kano or Melina or um guys like that.
I mean, like Melinda's more of a minion than like an actual like villain.
To be fair, she doesn't really work with the good guys either way. So
Yeah, that's what I mean by she's more of a minion.
yeah. Um. So I don't know if I'll be getting it yet. I'm gonna wait until I see gameplay.
I mean, like I'm definitely getting it, and
Fair enough.
it comes out in September.
Mhm.
Like what the hell?
Something I saw someone pointed out. That means we are literally getting a Tekken game, a
Street Fighter.
Street Fighter game, and a Mortal Kombat game all in 1 year.
Uh, no, Tekken. I think it's coming out at the beginning of next year.
It's still really close
Yeah,
together.
it's all three of them are really close together, which is
Yeah,
just insane.
because we just got Street Fighter 6, what, last month or the month before?
No, that's when the demo came out. Street Fighter 6 comes out in 2-3 weeks.
It's soon.
Yeah, it comes out in June.
And then I know King of Fighters 16 came out just recently too.
15.
15.
Yeah. KOF 15 came out last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did buy that. It's a lot of fun.
I've played it. A friend of mine and I played it together, and I had a lot of fun.
It some of the characters are a bit weird. I don't like the character that replaced my main.
Fair.
Yeah, he just doesn't feel right. I don't like it.
I mean, it happens. Like,
Yeah, King of Dinos is the character that replaced my main from 11.
yeah, I tried King of Dinos. He is a weird character.
Yeah, he's really weird.
I ended up, I think, last I played, I know I tried Kyo, and oh my god, the button mashing you have to do with them. Like,
according to Arslan Ash, Kyo is one of the characters that will like teach you the fundamentals of KOF.
oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
But on something like this, it is murder on the thumb.
Yeah, that's why I have something like this.
I don't have the money to get a fucking fight stick, so I'm stuck with joypad.
I spent less on this one right here than I did on this.
That's fair. I still don't have any money right now, so.
Hell, I spent less on that than I did on my Wavebird.
Oh, fucking the Wavebird probably super. Well, not super expensive, but pretty heavy price, I'm sure.
I spent $70 on this.
Yeah, about what I'd expect.
Yeah, so you can, I mean, like, you can get an arcade stick for pretty cheap, like a decent arcade stick.
Oh yeah.
But
so.
I mean, like that. Besides the point, I did play the Street Fighter 6 demo. It only has two characters. It only has Luke and Ryu.
Fair.
I so far like the it looks really good.
Oh, I'm sure.
And my two characters, Ken and Cammy, their designs are so good.
Yeah.
Ken looks a little bit weird though.
To be fair, Ken looks weird in every game.
But see, here's the thing: Ken looks weird because he's meant to be homeless.
Yeah.
Because he lost his company to crypto, and then his wife left him.
Yeah. The funniest thing I think I've heard was someone saying that Ken's best appearance in recent was in Smash.
Yeah, that's like his best like 3D model.
And people are like, how can like some side game he gets thrown into? It's not really a side game. But the game he literally is a guest character in, he looks the best that he has in fucking years.
Because the engine of Smash makes him look like that.
That's true.
The engine of Street Fighter 5 was crap.
That is very true.
So there's a lot of like weird weird articling and weird like clipping stuff within Street Fighter 5 that gives Ken weird banana hair.
Yeah. And then not to mention fucking I tried Street Fighter 5. I think I tried it with you.
Yeah.
And I just did not enjoy it.
Yeah, it is a bit different to get used to, especially coming from Street Fighter 4.
Right, or just another fighting game in general.
Yeah, because the frame input is different.
And if you're used to like, for me, most of my frame input that I'm used to is either Mortal Kombat, BlazBlue, stuff like that.
Yeah,
which is different to Street Fighter.
Way different.
Like I've even tried Tekken 7. I played that for about an hour, and I was like, this is interesting, and then I didn't really have the time to set aside to fully learn the game. So I've just not gone back to it.
I tried to fully learn the game, especially because of the fact that like the top players like like three of the top players currently are from my home country.
Right.
So it's just like I should probably like properly learn this game,
Right.
but I just don't because
The
it
the
takes
only
up way too
fighting
much
game,
space.
yeah, the only fighting game I can say I really sat down and learned a character was Mortal Kombat 11, and that's because I learned a good chunk of characters. Well, maybe 3 or 4 characters I learned pretty well, and I could do really well with and do decent combos.
Also, Smash.
True.
Yeah,
But that was also from just years of us playing it together.
yeah, that's also true.
Like, a lot of that was just skill I learned over just playing the game for so long.
Yeah,
And then I dropped the game for like 4 years or whatever it was, and then I came back and now I'm just rusty as hell.
yeah.
So
I think when it comes to like traditional fighters, uh, like the one game that I played like the most that I like had characters that I was like actually efficient with was King of Fighters 11
yeah,
because like because I had my main T-Zoc, I had Terry, and then had Athena, who are technically all in the new King of Fighters, but again, my character got replaced.
yeah. I tried most of the characters out. I could not tell you off memory who I ended up settling on, because there are 3 characters I ended up settling on for the 3v3 thing you can do.
Yeah,
Which I actually had a lot of fun with that. It's a different way of playing the game, and it's a lot of fun.
yeah, because each
Um,
character is technically a round.
yeah. So you technically have 3 rounds, and me and my friend, we were playing for like a good couple hours, and there were multiple times where one of us would end up like taking 2 characters with one.
Mm.
Um, because we were either just good with that character or the other person wasn't good with the character they had.
Yeah, my
So
yeah my three right now in 15 are Terry, Whip, and I'm forgetting what his name is. I think Benny Maru.
sounds about right.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been playing those three a bit in KOF 15, and they're a lot of fun. They're kind of weird. Uh, Whip for some reason I got into because I don't know. I've been playing a lot of Axel Low in Guilty Gear.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and he's like the chain character. So that's kind of how I got into Whip.
Makes sense. Um, I wish I could remember the 3 characters I ended up picking up. Um, because 2 of them I got pretty decent with in just the little time I had to play 15.
Mm.
Because I was playing with me and my friend were playing on basically share play.
Ah,
Um,
okay.
and so I've seen it go on sale a couple times, but I just have not had the money to be able to grab it.
Yeah,
Because it's one of the fighting games I do want to grab.
I bought it on release.
Eh, I mean, it's a fun fighting game. Like 15 is a fun game.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that's like I wish I had put more time into Guilty Gear, but going back to it, I'm just so clunky with the button inputs. I used to be pretty good at them.
I want to be good at Guilty Gear, but I can only play Axel. I wanted to get really good with Potemkin, because
Right?
like you usually when I see characters in a fighting game, the first
You
character
go for
that
the grapple,
no, well, yeah, that the first character I usually try is the character that looks as close to Ganondorf as possible,
right?
which is why I play Waldstein and Unist
Right?
and Akuma in a little
What's
bit in
funny
Street Fighter.
is compared to how I normally play fighting games, I usually don't go for the slower characters. But in Guilty Gear, I ended up playing a lot of Gold Lewis.
Mm.
And I got really good at comboing his really fucking weird shit. Um, And
Yeah,
then I ended
his
up,
freaking half circles.
yeah, all of the half circles. And the fun ones are the ones that are not the ones you're used to seeing in fighting games, where it's like the circle this, because you don't see those a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then and then some of them are just you're trying to do them all, and then you accidentally input one of the wrong ones, and it just messes up your combo.
Yeah, I need to get Gold Lewis. I actually don't have any of the DLC.
He is a lot of fun. From what I played him, I did try. I think the one samurai chick. I tried her for a little bit in
Oh, Biken.
yeah, Biken. I tried Biken, and she is just very interesting. She doesn't have a whole lot of moves, but you have to do them in such a specific way, and you have to do a lot of really not complicated, but specific stuff for her.
Yeah, David plays her. David's actually really good with Biken.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know I played a little bit of Jacko when she dropped, just to see if I'd enjoy her fighting style, and she's interesting.
yeah. I don't like Jacko. She was different in the older games. I liked her better in the older games.
Yeah, that's fair.
But like, yeah, I can pretty much like only play Axel, which is weird because I normally don't play range characters.
Right. I started off playing Axel, and then went to learn Gold Lewis after watching a YouTuber playing a lot of him and doing really well with him. I'm like, oh, I could probably learn all this. And yeah, after a couple days of learning and whatnot and testing out, I found my own way to play Gold Lewis that was fit my style, but was still really good.
Yeah, I'm once I get the DLC, I'm definitely gonna try Bridget
Yeah.
because I've seen like in in like the tournaments and stuff like that.
Mhm.
I've seen a lot of like old Axel players now playing Bridget just for some reason. I mean, I
Yeah.
did play her in the older games. I did play her in Revelator.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
so like I know a little bit of her moveset. Well, that time she was a he, but yeah.
Yeah. Um. But and other stuff to talk about. There is that new Smite event going on.
Yeah, with the VTubers.
Yeah, Shoujo.
I literally only
That
know one of them.
I know of them. I don't really watch their content. It just kind of pops up every now and then.
Yeah, same.
Because I watch other VTubers, like I think they're all really cool and like whatnot, and I won't say any are just straight up garbage without at least watching some of their content and giving them a chance.
I'm like
Um,
I don't watch VTubers at all.
yeah,
But like I watch a lot of YouTube shorts. Their content comes up every now and then
yeah,
also Iron Mouse does a lot of stuff with Sea Dog VA from Trash
yeah,
Taste. So so like
yeah,
his stuff coincides with her stuff a lot. So
yeah. Um, but I never honestly out of all of the Smite events, VTubers is not one that I would have thought of immediately. But
yeah,
now that it's here, it's not the most surprising thing because they do a lot of anime related stuff. So it's not
yeah.
super surprising that they do something like this.
Not just anime, but American anime related stuff.
Right. So
So they've because they've done a couple of VTubers or
yeah,
they've done the VTubers now, and then also they've done Ruby and then they've done Avatar.
yeah. Honestly, I don't mind the VTubers like at all. I think the skins look good.
The skins do look
Um,
good, yeah.
like there you can tell there's a lot of detail put into them. There's a lot of quality. Like the artwork they made for those the skins, the artwork just in general for them all look super sick. Like
Yeah.
they look amazing. Like it's one of those cases of like I love the skin even in the model, but it's one of those times of you see the artwork and then you get hyped up and then I've had so many times where the skin is just dog shit.
Hmm.
Like there's this one skin I was gonna get for Neath because the artwork looked amazing and then the face was just like not right. There was something wrong with the face, and it just ruined the skin for me. I don't remember which one it was.
Yeah, that tends to happen with some of the skins.
Honestly, I think it's just because of the old engine that they run.
Probably.
I know a lot of people are like, "Oh, just upgrade the engine." It's like that'd be a lot of
That's
work on high res.
that's very difficult to do.
Yeah, like there's so many people that are just like, "Oh, it's not that hard. They could do it in like 2 months. They could have the." And I'm like, "Do you know how many skins are in the game? How many emotes?"
It's like first of all you would have to learn the new engine
Yeah,
and then transfer all of your files to
to
the
that
new
new
engine and then optimize
and
those
yeah,
textures and polygons to the new engine
yeah.
and then reanimate everything in the new engine.
It would take years of work.
Yeah, they would have to create a completely new game by that point.
Yeah, at that point they would just be better off just rebuilding Smite from the ground up.
Yeah, exactly.
Um, and honestly, they've done pretty well updating textures as is with the engine they have. Like they've made the textures better.
Yeah.
Like they're not game-breakingly like, oh, these are like the highest engine textures, but they're still respectably good.
Yeah, like League still sort of runs in its own
Right.
engine from back in like 2009. But like they updated the textures and everything like a lot.
Yeah.
To the point
Something
where
that
like it
surprised
just
me.
doesn't look where the
Yeah,
new
it
game
doesn't
doesn't
look
look
like what it
anything like
was.
what it did back in 2009.
And like if you go back to Smite back when it first released compared to now, it looks so much worse.
Oh yeah, it looks so
Old
different.
Smite is just well, and it played so differently too. Like
Yeah,
the fundamentals have always been the same for Smite, but how you played and how you played those gods were so different.
yeah, and then some of the gods also just got remakes.
Yeah,
Like
like Ao Quan,
yeah, Ao Kwang
Lit-
is a completely different
literally
character
just
now.
completely different character. Completely, he's still a mage, but his playstyle is completely different to what
Yeah,
it was.
uh,
Because Ao Quan, if you want to know how much Ao Quan was back when he first released, Kukulkan, that is probably his closest you're
literally,
gonna get.
Ao Kwang was
Yeah.
Kukulkan.
Yeah, and there's actually a skin on Cuckoo now that is that Ao Quan.
Yeah,
I think it's called like the classic Ao Quan or something like that. They've made that skin for Cuckoo and put it on him.
or no, I think it's like Ancient Dragon or something like that.
Not sure. I could actually look because I have the game still pulled up.
But yeah,
It's
also
called classic Ao Quan.
oh okay. Yeah, also Freya got changed too.
Yep. And then just with this update, Artemis got her model update.
Yeah, Artemis got her model update.
And then, did you see that Joust is now back on the old map?
Which
It's back on the map that's a bow.
oh the Chinese map.
Yep, it's back on that map, which I haven't seen it on there for a while.
Yeah, I remember when that map came out. I got so
Same.
mad because it looked stupid and I didn't. Or well, I liked the look of the map, but like I didn't like the way that it was.
Yeah, because it's literally, so for context to anyone that doesn't play Smite or know what we're talking about, the map is literally take like a bow. That's the map. It's literally a bow, full like if it was knocked an arrow.
It's in the shape of like a compound bow.
Yeah, and then how you would basically do your gameplay is you would literally follow the limb of the bow.
Yeah.
And it's not a bad map at all.
No, it's not.
But it is a very simple map.
Yeah, I mean, like it's meant to be.
Yeah. But I think the last time I remember playing on it was years ago.
Yeah, it's they changed it back in like I want to say 2019, 2018.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
So it's been about 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, because then they changed it to the Mayan looking map.
Yeah, the one with I think it's the main middle. No, there was the one. I know. Yeah, because it changed to that one, and then it changed to the one it just was.
Yeah, yeah. Then it also changed to the original map,
Yeah,
the Norse looking one.
yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
which after playing on the Chinese map for so long, uh,
it's weird.
it felt so weird going back to going back to that map, which is
Hmm.
weird because like when they changed it to the Chinese map, I hated the Chinese map because it
Yeah,
felt weird, and then
yeah,
I got used to playing the Chinese map, and then they brought back the old map,
yeah.
and
It's like yeah. Um, and the other thing is, so I've been trying to play a lot more. Like I actually have. I think I got my soul up to mastery 4, so
mm,
she's about to be my second mastery 5 character. Because I don't play PvP, so
yeah.
I don't get to mastery 10.
I
Um,
I do.
I just I play the game to have fun, so I play with bots. If I want to try to get to mastery 10, I play PvP. Like if there's events going on and whatnot. Like I know there's a 2 times worshiper event going on right now.
Yeah,
Um, so who knows? Maybe I'll play some PvP for that.
yeah,
But yeah, no. And then the other event, the GI Joe event,
yeah,
is
yeah.
going on.
I saw some of the characters for that.
I
I don't know any of the
don't care for him.
characters.
I don't know GI Joe, and I looked at it and I'm like, because when the Avatar event came around, I was like, oh, if I like how they look, I might get them because I don't know Avatar. But I was like,
I love the Uncle Iroh skin.
yeah, uh,
Like when that skin came out, I was just like, finally a skin for something that I wanted on a character
right,
that I play.
yeah, like it was like the best of every world for you.
Yeah,
Uh, so because like whenever the events come around, they're usually not on characters I play
yeah, same.
because the characters I play are very niche ones and aren't usually very popular when it comes to skins. Um,
Yeah,
that's why when
same.
the Ruby event came around and Amaterasu and Freya both got a skin, I was like,
Yeah,
oh, those are characters I play. And then, because I got all of them, I have all of them. I don't. Okay, I shouldn't say I have all of them. I have the all of the like base skins for them because I don't have the Ruby Volume 1 skin and then I think it was there was one other. No, I think it was just that Ruby skin that I didn't
I
get.
think I think Cinder.
Yeah, I have the Cinder skin. It's
Oh,
on
okay.
Morgan Le Fay. Um,
It's on Morgan.
yeah, it's on Morgan Le Fay.
I thought it was on. Oh wait, no. Azula's on Pele. Never mind.
Yeah, Azula's on Pele. Um, so yeah, and I honestly thought they were gonna do more Ruby characters, but at the same time, it's like for ones that are iconic, they don't they'd have to go with Team Juniper,
I'm like yeah,
and honestly, they would just put them on their respective characters.
pretty much.
Like Achilles would be Pyrrha, Nora would be over Thor, and obviously, I think for Jean and Ren, they'd have to get a little creative.
Yeah, for Jean, they would maybe have to do Lancelot or something like that.
For Jean, I could see him honestly. If we're just going with the fact that he has a sword and shield, you could just throw him over Ares.
Yeah.
Um,
Also, technically, Jean's character isn't in the game.
yeah, because isn't Ren? No.
Ren is supposed to be Mulan, but
Yeah,
it
so they
doesn't.
would just put Ren on Mulan, but
But
his weapon,
Ren doesn't fit Mulan. That's the thing.
no.
Ren fits Loki.
Yeah, I would agree with that. He would fit more with Loki.
Mm-hmm.
Because yeah, Jean is based off of Jean d'Arc, who isn't in the game.
Joan of Arc.
Joan of Arc, yeah. Who still isn't in the game.
Yeah. Uh, he could probably go on King Arthur
Yeah.
or something like that. I
Um, because yeah, Nora and Pyrrha would be easy. Just throw them on their specific characters.
don't know.
Um, especially Pyrrha, she fits perfectly with Achilles.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Nora would be a little interesting on Thor, just because her hammer is a lot bigger than Thor's, at least in the game. Because hers is two-handed.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like Thor's hammer in the game itself is also pretty freaking huge,
That's true. That is very true.
but he wields it one handed
That's true. Yeah.
because he's Thor.
Yeah. Yeah. Otherwise, for other characters, they could do realistically. I mean, they could do Raven, but that'd be a niche one.
Not not they could do Crow.
Crow would be fine, yeah.
They could
But
definitely
I
do
feel
Crow.
like he'd.
Crow.
I feel like he'd just get thrown over either Thanatos again because of Scythe, or they'd put him over someone else.
Sun Wukong.
Yeah. I think it'd be hysterical seeing Crow transform into a lion or a. Or?
Well, it's a bull, tiger,
Or a bull, yeah.
bull, tiger, eagle.
Yeah. And the eagle would just be a crow.
Yeah, yeah. So the
And
eagle.
the bull, they probably just use Grim for the other two.
Yeah.
And then, yeah. They could also do Oz if they wanted to,
Maybe.
but I don't know what he would go over.
Yeah.
That would make sense. Oh, they could do Kronos. Go with the whole time thing.
Yeah. Neptune and Sun are kind of weird.
Yeah.
Cause like Sun technically Sun Wukong.
Yeah, Neptune would definitely be.
And
the
Neptune
weird one.
Neptune technically Poseidon.
Yeah.
But the thing is that Sun's like what's it called?
Abilities.
Yeah, his abilities. What the hell do they call him in the show?
Semblance.
Semblance, yeah. Yes, Sun's semblance is technically more like Set.
Yeah, it's kind of hilarious.
Yeah, so it makes more sense for something like that than.
Yeah. Honestly, I think they're fine with the Ruby characters they have.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they have the major ones.
Yeah.
So.
I've been getting a little bit more into like N64 stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So months ago, I went to a retro game shop somewhere in Pennsylvania, and
Right.
I bought one of these.
Oh, neat.
Yeah. I bought it. I finally got home to test it out because I didn't have the adapter with me to test it out. So
That's unfortunate.
yeah. So I finally get home to test it out. None of the buttons work. And it's constantly pressing down on the D-pad.
Oh my god.
Months go by, and I was never able to go back to that store. So then, last week, I decided, okay, let me contact customer service for Retro Fighters, which is the company that makes this controller. So, I contact them, and they say, okay, did you try resetting the controller? And then they told me how to reset the controller.
Right.
It's like, okay, let me try that. So I reset the controller. Nothing. It's still the same. So I messaged them back. No, this is not what. No, this didn't work. What else can I do? And they're just like, okay, we'll send you a new one. Just give us your shipping address. And then 2 days ago, I got the confirmation for the shipping. So I pretty much just got like a free N64 controller.
Yeah.
And it comes in on Monday.
I mean, there you go. At least they sent you one.
Yeah. Their customer service was actually like really cool, or really good, because they responded within the day.
Yeah, some places are really fast and on top of that shit.
Yeah. Granted, it was like hours later that they responded, and also granted, when I messaged them, it was 8 in the morning.
Yeah.
But still, they responded like pretty early in the day.
Yeah. Um. So lately, I've been on an anime binge.
I kind of noticed.
Yeah. So lately, so I finally finished Ruby Volume 8.
Mm.
I finally finished it. And I don't you haven't watched it yet, have you?
Uh, it's season 9 now, right?
Yes.
Then yeah,
You have watched it?
I have watched it. Yeah.
Yeah. So, watching that, I was like literally there were so many times where I'm like I can't stop. I have to get through the entire thing.
Hmm.
Because there are so many spots through volume 8 where you can't just leave it there.
Yeah.
Um and when I finally got through, I was just like, okay, now I have to watch volume 9 because I need to know what the hell all happens. And it's just like, if I could say anything about Ruby without giving spoilers, they are masterminds in fucking cliffhangers.
Oh yeah.
Like, they know how to make the cliffhanger just right where you want to come back, but it's not unsatisfying when you do come back.
Hmm.
So, because, God, Volume 8 was probably the most action-packed volume they've done so far.
Oh yeah, dude, the ending just in general is crazy.
What is it? I think the last episode?
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, Yeah, I won't say anything of what happens, even though, it's been over a year since that episode came out, so
It's
if
probably. I think like it came out before the pandemic.
for Volume 8, no.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think it finished like right before pandemic hit, and then pandemic hit. So that's why it took
I
them
have
so
no idea.
long. That's why it took them so long to do Volume 9 is because of the pandemic.
I don't know. I'd have to look. But,
Yeah.
um, yeah, either way, it's been out for a while, so I guess if you're really worried about spoilers, you can skim ahead. Um, but at this point, it's been out for a while.
Yeah.
Now, if it was Volume 9, that's a different story, like, because Volume 9 is still going.
Is it?
I I think it's still got like 2-3 episodes left. It's on episode 10 right now.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's done yet or not.
I'm
Because I
on like
haven't watched it.
I'm on like episode 6. I want to say maybe.
All I've heard from my brother is it is very much taking hard inspiration from Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah.
Um, that and apparently Neo does some really dark shit. So,
Uh, I just got to the part where they introduced her, so
like I said, my brother was being very vague about it,
yeah, and also it's
and
Neo,
I'm like,
she's gonna do some dark stuff.
well, Neo's gonna do whatever she needs to do to get the job done.
Yeah.
I will say that she is never trusting Cinder again.
Nope.
I still don't know why Neo can't get it through her head that Ruby's not the one that killed Torchwick.
It's just well, I mean, like in her eyes, like Ruby was there when Torchwick just disappeared.
Yeah, like, I'm sure if she actually gave Ruby a chance to be like, oh yeah, he got eaten by a Grim. Like, he could have won, but he decided to monologue and get eaten.
Yeah.
So he literally had the stereotypical villain dying while they're monologuing.
He starts monologuing and telling me how the world will soon be his, yada yada.
And then he's dead. So, I will say Torchwick was a very fun villain for the short time he was around.
Yeah.
Like, because compared to Salem and Cinder, he was a very fun villain.
He was meant to be similar to the Joker.
Yeah. But with Volume 8, that final episode in the fight between Cinder, and then the Winter Maiden, that was just like, and Cinder played her cards beautifully. Like, as much as I hate to side with her, she played every card she could beautifully.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. And as much as I hate Cinder, but, like, credit where credit's due until Winter showed up,
Yeah.
and I knew that was gonna happen. Like Winter becoming the Winter Maiden kind of made too much sense,
Yeah.
and I couldn't see them doing Weiss because then she'd just become the strongest one on the team, and then things would probably become too easy.
Eh.
I don't know about too easy. It just there'd be a definite there'd be a lot of conflict, I think, between the team.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing how as things went in season 7. But yeah, I just and then after Ruby, I started watching Naruto. I've been watching, I've been watching so much Naruto, and
Yeah.
I don't know why. I've just been on a hard Naruto grind.
I've actually been watching a couple shows myself, but like I haven't been watching anime. Uh, I've been watching like a couple of dramas. So I started watching what's it called? Breaking Bad.
I've heard of, I've heard of it.
Yeah, it was really big, and like I'm a pretty big fan of a couple of the people in the show like Bryan
Right.
Cranston, Bob Odenkirk.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I decided to start watching the show because like this was like such a big show, and like
Right.
everybody was talking about it. I had no idea what anybody was talking about. So far it's pretty good, but like I don't know. I just can't finish it.
I've never watched it. I've only ever seen clips and the memes that came from it.
Yeah, same.
So I've never really been huge on a lot of shows. But I'm also not the type of person that watches shows very often.
Yeah.
Because I tend to watch a lot. A lot of my content I watch is mostly on YouTube, Twitch, or anime.
Yeah.
So a lot of the time I don't really watch shows. Hell, I don't even watch movies very often.
Yeah. Recently I've been watching Suits.
Okay.
Yeah. Essentially the show that Meghan Markle was on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's a really good show. I started watching it on Sunday.
Okay.
Each episode's like an hour, like 45 minutes to like an hour and a half long. I'm on
Okay.
season 3 now.
Yeah.
It's got 9 seasons.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, and it started. I think it started in like 2007 or something like that.
Yeah, for something like that, yeah, that makes sense. It'd be around for a long time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so far it's really good,
Oh, I bet.
and it has sort of like anime ish tropes to it.
I get you.
Like it's like it's like a sort of like how Death Note is.
Hmm.
Not not in terms of like concept, but in terms of the fact that like it's not a traditional shojo, or not shonen,
Yeah.
but it's very much a shonen.
Yeah. I get exactly what you mean.
Yeah, so like it's like the main character's like this like prodigy type of character that
Yeah, yeah.
that like doesn't fulfill his full potential until he finds like the teacher or mentor type character or whatever
Yeah.
who brings out his potential and stuff like that.
The stereotypical anime trope.
Mm-hmm. And then
So,
and then there's the love interest. There's the villain like character that's not really a villain because he's technically on their side. Technically the Sasuke. Yeah. And then there's like the mentor's mentor, or whatever
Right? Yeah.
that pops
Yeah.
up out of nowhere, who
Yeah.
ends up being the villain for some reason.
Yeah. The thing that never makes sense.
Yeah.
So
So there's a lot of like weird anime tropes within this show.
yeah. Yeah. I think the last show I ended up watching. God, it's been a minute. Yeah, I could not think of the last show I watched. It probably would have been, God, a couple years. No, the last show I watched was Forged in Fire.
Forged. Oh, okay. The blacksmithing show.
Show. Yeah.
I mean, it's still a show.
Um.
It's still like
Yeah.
it's still like a live action TV show.
Yeah. Yeah. I was watching that back in December when I was out in Pennsylvania for a week. I was watching a lot of that, and the episodes are they're good episodes.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of episodes of that show, and the weird thing is, I understand a lot of the blacksmithing stuff that they talk about
Right.
because there's another show on YouTube that I used to watch. Uh, uh, crap, what was it called? Where they essentially make fantasy or
Oh. Fuck. I know exactly what you're talking about because I used to watch them too.
yeah, like there's there's a number 4 in the title, I think. Man at Arms. There we go.
Yeah, Man at Arms.
Man at Arms Reforged.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I used to watch that a lot.
And they get really into the nitty gritty of what they're doing.
Especially that one Russian guy. Like he gets very in depth, especially with the Japanese weaponry.
Yeah. If he's the one I'm thinking of, he was also on Forged in Fire.
He might have been. I think his name is. Like,
I know for 100% one of the guys from Man at Arms was on that show.
Probably as a judge.
Not as a judge, actually, as a contender.
Oh.
Because it was before Man at Arms, I think.
Really?
It was an old episode. Like, it was old. It was like season 2 or 3.
How old is Forged in Fire?
That's a great question. I actually Fire came out in 2015.
Oh, so yeah, it's okay. So it came out around the same time that Man at Arms was around.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
they probably got like the old guy as a judge.
Maybe.
Like a guest judge.
I'd have to find the episode again.
Probably like the son, or at least like the Russian guy as a contestant.
Yeah. Like I said, I'd have to find the episode again.
Yeah. Because like I'm like they do that for cooking shows and other shows like that.
Yeah.
Where they bring on chefs from other shows as guest judges.
Yeah, they do it all the time.
Mm-hmm. But they'll bring on like Alton Brown on on what's it called, MasterChef every now and then.
Yeah.
I remember Charlie or Moist Critical. He watched a lot of Forge and Fire. So that's kind of how I know of the show.
Right. And then most people know who Moist Critical is.
Yeah.
Like if you don't know who he is, you've probably at least heard someone talk about him.
Granted, I didn't know who he was until like like 2021
True.
when
True.
when he like hosted like this huge Smash tournament with Alpha Rad.
Yeah.
I'm just like, wait, who the hell is Moist Critical?
Yeah. Like
Then I started watching his videos and was like, oh, this guy's actually pretty funny.
it's hilarious watching him rip into people,
Mm-hmm.
especially when they are doing really stupid shit.
like that one like Andrew Tate guy
Yeah.
where the guy's just like, hey, look at my clips, and then Andrew.
Oh my god. Fucking. I seen that video, and Moist Critical, he's just sitting there, and it's just, you could see he's trying not to let his anger and just annoyance get through, and it's just the funniest thing, and he's just like, it, and then he just goes into a full of, like, everything about, like, the gun, like, anatomy, and he goes,
yeah, Charlie just pulls out a Glock. He's
literally
like,
just pulls out, no,
this
he pulls out
this is a mag, not a clip.
Yeah.
This is a mag. See, it goes in like this, and
and
then it pulls out the AK.
Yeah, he grabs an AR, and just literally is, and it's just like so fucking funny, because like everyone's like, oh, this guy's trying to say he's gonna kill Moist Critical, and then Moist Critical's over here like, yeah, fucking come at me, like.
I'm like, he's from Florida, so like.
Yeah, if you live in Florida, you probably are gonna own a couple guns.
Yeah. but yeah, Charlie's pretty funny.
Yeah. I've watched quite a few of Alpharad's newer videos.
Yeah, he started to get like a resurgence lately.
Yeah. Well, and I think it's also because he's doing a lot more of the Pokemon Nuzlocke, I've noticed. Like, he's doing a lot more Pokemon content now. Because I watched his... It's so funny watching him do... His Scarlet and Violet Nuzlocke was hilarious, because he's just like, oh yeah, we're gonna have this perfect run, and then I fuck it up because I'm trying to do a perfect run. Like, he fucks every... Anytime a fuck-up happens, it's in such an Alpharad way.
Well, yeah.
And it's so hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
So...
recently, so I've been playing a lot of Brawl lately. Not even Project M, just regular Brawl.
Okay.
I don't know why. Like, I don't.
Nostalgia?
Not really. I when I played Brawl and like when I had Brawl, I only had it for like a month or so.
Oh.
And then
okay.
and then Smash 4 came out, and then I bought a Wii U.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, so I didn't have Brawl for that long.
Long enough to, have that nostalgia set in.
I mean, like, I had it long enough to almost complete Subspace.
Right.
The only reason I didn't at the time is because I was trying to get to Ganondorf.
Yeah.
So, like, as soon as I got Ganondorf, I stopped playing Subspace.
Yeah, well, because you got your main. Like,
yeah.
Nothing else really to do.
Yeah, and then like I started to play it again recently. I just don't know why. It's like last week I had Peter over, or one of our other friends. He's actually in Johnny's chat. So I had him over, and we just played some Brawl, and
right.
I found out that I have a weirdly good CSS.
It's an odd character, especially considering how you play.
Yeah, I know. Like I knew I have a good ZSS in Project M.
Okay.
I know that. And I also recently found out that my ZSS is actually decent in Smash Flash 2.
I have not played Smash Flash 2 in a minute.
Yeah, neither have I. I hadn't played the game in like 4 or 5 years since I got this new laptop, and then I finally
Right.
I re-downloaded it last week.
Well then.
Yeah, so I've been playing it a fair bit recently, and like I find out that like, oh, my ZSS is not too bad. But then I
Right.
play Ultimate and Smash 4, and my ZSS sucks.
Well, I think CSS also plays very differently
She
than
plays
she
very
does.
differently because
Yeah, I was gonna say.
a lot of her moves are different.
Yeah. Like I know, for example, her uppie is drastically different.
Yeah, because her uppie is like a flutter kick,
Yeah.
in the new games, and then in Brawl, and also in this in Smash
It's
Bros.
more
2,
like Byleth,
it's a whip.
where it's a whip up and then
Yeah.
pull.
Mm-hmm.
It's very, or Joker's is also very similar to that, where
Yeah.
it's a pull up,
Yeah,
and you can spike an opponent with it too.
yeah. Also Ivysaur.
Yeah, and Ivysaur.
Yeah. It's a whip. It's a whip recovery.
Yep. Which of those can be very bipolar.
Yeah. It's. I mean, like hers was like not very good.
No.
It was weird. Weirdly enough, it was better than Olimar's. Because in Brawl, there's a chance where like it will, where you when you do the whip recovery to grab the ledge, the Pikmin will just hit the ledge, and fall
Yeah.
off. It won't attach to the. It won't
Yeah.
attach to the ledge. It's really weird. Brawl was weird, a broken mess.
Yeah. It's the way of describing Brawl is a weird, broken mess.
But not in the good way like Melee.
Yeah. And then you have Smash 4 come around, and then Olimar got kind of better.
No. He was top tier in Brawl. He was mid tier at best in Smash 4.
True. Well, yeah, going from 6 to 3 Pikmin kind of hurts.
Yeah, and then he was top tier in the beginning of Ultimate.
Yeah, because they fixed a lot of his the problems he had in 4.
Yeah, and then they nerfed him, and then also DLC came out.
Yeah. Looking at Joker, Sora, Steve.
There's Blake right there.
Yep, he is climbing around back here.
But yeah, Joker, Byleth, Kazuya, Steve, they just like completely.
Yeah. I wouldn't say Byleth was that powerful. He has some really powerful moves, but they have a lot of wind up.
Yeah, but then you also have to realize that literally the best player in the world played them for a long time.
True.
And won tournaments with this character.
Well, I mean, if you're the best player in the world, you're gonna win tournaments regardless.
Well, yeah, that's why he was considered the best player in the world, because he won tournaments.
Right. So, I know some of the DLC characters that aren't super, super, like, god tier are, like, Sephiroth, who a lot of his problem is a lot of his spacing.
I mean, like, a lot of people are starting to pick up Sephiroth, like Nairo's picking up Sephiroth.
I've started seeing him a lot more.
Yeah, Nairo plays Sephiroth. Ned plays Sephiroth. He used to be a Cloud Maiden back in Smash 4. Tweak secondary Sephiroth alongside Diddy Kong.
Okay. Yeah, I know originally he wasn't seen a lot though.
Yeah, but he's still not. In my eyes, he's not really that top tier of a character. But like he still has a lot. He still has like really good spacing.
And he has a lot of potential.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, yeah, he's an A tier character.
Yeah.
That's still like that's 27th on the tier list.
Right, that's nothing to scoff at.
Yeah, which is still in like the third percent, top third of the game of the cast.
Yeah. Um, but then you compare him to like other DLC characters. Like, for example, you have for newcomers anyway. You had Simon and Richter who were not great.
They were really good in the beginning of the game.
True.
They were like considerably top tier in the beginning of the game, but their
Yeah.
recovery was just really bad.
That was the thing that really hurt them.
Mm-hmm.
Is that they have a bad recovery because their moves all hit really hard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And
I mained Simon in the beginning of the game, so
right.
so like I know how insane he was.
I think the character I remember my first main was Inkling.
Yeah,
That was the character I really put some time into learning, and then I just dropped Inkling, and I
they
think that's
they
because I
were
went back to Robin.
they were also weirdly enough considered top tier.
Yeah, for a while, and then they dropped.
Yeah, now they're number 46 on the tier list,
Yeah.
which is still mid tier, but you
It's still respectable.
know. Mm-hmm.
But then you have characters that, like the DLC characters, come out, and you have just powerhouse after powerhouse after powerhouse.
Yeah, I mean, like Piranha Plant is still kind of low tier.
Yeah.
You have Hero, who's sort of a mid tier.
Yeah.
Uh,
Hero is RNG.
yeah,
That's like Hero can either be like one of the most broken characters in the game, or can be one of the most useless characters in the game, depending on his RNG.
yeah,
But then you have characters like Pyrrha and Mithra, Joker, Steve, Kazuya, who are all just absolutely powerful hitters.
yeah. I mean, like, there's also Terry, who, in my honest opinion, should be higher than what he is right now. He's currently number 30 on the tier list, which is considerably high tier. But he should honestly be higher, because like
Yeah.
you can do a lot with Terry, and
And they also let you do the animation cancels for the moves.
yeah.
Like you can go from a normal jab into like your specials, and it's just like he's a fun character.
Jab jab power dunk.
Yep. Or you could do jab jab into Buster Wolf if you're at high percent. Or Power Geyser.
Yeah. I remember like around the time like Kazuya came out, I was playing Smash with David online,
Right?
and he's up by one stock. I get my go meter. I power geyser him. He dies. Comes back. He respawns. I land I land three Buster Wolves in a row, and he dies. I was just like, what the hell was that? I have the clip too.
That's great. Absolutely hysterical. I definitely enjoyed Smash Ultimate, and I still play it actually now and then with my friends.
I still play it a lot.
I don't play it like as hard as I did Smash 4. But I think that's just because I don't have people that I can play with that are like here. Because I have more fun playing like when it's on the couch, like that. It's more fun that way.
Yeah, local for me is a lot better.
Though to be fair, it also helps that you can actually like see reactions and be able to be like all hype and shit. Like,
yeah. So I actually went to an ultimate tournament fairly recently.
right?
It was like it was like the pace, what's it called, spring major.
Okay.
Yeah. I went I went 1 and 2.
It's not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad. I exceeded my seed.
There you go.
Yeah, because I was seated second worst.
Oh, there you go.
Out of 57 people, I was seated 56th. And then I got
Damn.
25th place.
Hey, that's not bad.
Yeah. So and the weird thing is that one, I did something that I don't do normally in tournaments or just ever, which is
Oh,
which is only play one character. I went
yeah,
so
that's something I struggle with too. Is I have a hard time just sticking with a character.
I went solo Little Mac the entire tournament.
That's insane.
Yeah,
Because he's like on the bottom with Ganondorf.
second. Yeah, Little Mac is currently considered, I think, second worst.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, currently considered second worst, and then Ganondorf is worst, which are two of my mains. uh, so, uh, so I went solo Little Mac the entire tournament, which was
Okay.
which was a decision that I made the night before, and and I got pretty close to beating one of the people that actually ended up getting into top 8.
Wow.
Yeah, I got him down to last stock.
That's that's impressive.
Yeah, so like
So,
so I lost to this. So I lost to. Well, I actually played two top 8 contenders that weekend. So the first one played Kazuya and then switched to Luigi and beat me.
okay.
The second one started off with Kazuya and then switched to Rob. He played Kazuya for 2 games and I beat him both games.
Okay.
Or no, he played he played Kazuya, beat me. Stayed to Kazuya, I beat him. Then stayed as Rob, I beat him again. Then then he stayed Rob and then beat me. I'm just like, damn it, I got this close.
Yeah.
But I got him down to like last game, last stock. But then he got me in a weird down tilt combo that I don't know how to get out of.
Oh yeah, yeah, it's such a weird fucking combo.
Which is weird because I was able to consistently get out of Kazuya's is like stupid combo.
That's impressive because that's a really hard combo to get out of.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So,
like I somehow knew exactly what to do to get out of Kazuya's like uh, like EWGF into like down air BS.
yeah.
Like he could not do the combo. He kept dropping it because I just like smashed the out of my way out of it.
Right, yeah.
Which means like if I had like actual practice, I can definitely do a lot. Do a lot.
Oh yeah, you could. Yeah, just from that alone, if you practice and put in the effort, you could do a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just like that's something I know of is like if I had held on to all of that skill I had from Smash 4, I could be probably a really disgusting Robin right now if I wanted to. Especially with how Robin is a lot more fluent now.
Mm-hmm.
And it feels a lot easier to control Robin's spells.
One like main combo that Robin has is double double arc fire into aerial.
Yep. Or you can do if you do it right. I think you can do I think it's an arc fire L Thunder too, if you want.
Yeah,
If you have the L Thunder ready.
Yeah.
Um, I think if they're high percent, you can just hit them with an arc thunder. But yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because then the arc thunder will kill. I'm pretty sure. I'd have to test that.
Yeah, and
But I
then
know Arc Thunder can kill at I think 70 to 80%.
probably, but and then you could probably up smash while they're in the arc thunder.
Arc Thunder, actually, the entire animation for it, or I'm sorry, L Thunder. It's the final charge of it. Um, because the third charge is the one that's just the slow orb that does the static that you can up smash into, or is it second charge?
That's the second charge. That's why I said arc thunder.
Yeah, so second charge. Sorry. Um, yeah, because I'm used to the first charge, second charge, third charge, and then max charge. Because there is that light one that if you just spam the thunder, it's just a thunder, and then you can go into like the first powerful, and then it's the continuous, and then it's the max hit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But yeah, so level 2. Um, but yeah, that one you can do arc fire into that, and then I think you can up smash,
Mm-hmm.
and it'll do a lot of good damage. Or you can do arc fire, aerial, or you can do arc fire max charge, and it'll usually kill
Yeah.
if it's high percent. Mid to high percent, it should kill. If not, it'll give you a lot of pressure.
Mm-hmm.
So, the one thing you almost never see used is Nosferatu.
Oh, definitely.
Um, it doesn't give enough recovery to merit the worth, and the only time I've seen it used effectively is to kind of shove people under the edge by floating and then using Elwyn to get back to the stage.
Yeah.
So that's the only time I've ever seen it used, and that's rarely.
Hmm. Yeah. So I've been out of work for a month now, maybe a little bit more longer than that.
Yeah, I think I remember you mentioned.
Yeah. And before I was on this uh, work related break, like I didn't take this break deliberately. Before I started on this break, the way that they had me working, or in the areas that they had me working, I had to sleep in my car. So for a month straight, I had to sleep in my car.
That's not fun.
Yeah, I had to buy a pillow.
Yeah, I'd imagine so.
Yeah, it was very uncomfortable.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah, and it completely ruined like my sleep schedule and whatnot.
Yeah, I would completely understand that.
Yeah, and it, it wasn't even like the fact of like just how uncomfortable it was. It's just like I can't fit in my car.
Yeah, I noticed that when you were down here.
Up.
So, whatever.
Yeah, so, like I'm like yeah, there's a bunch of stuff in the back, but like the way that I have it set up in the back for me to like sleep in the car is that so essentially like I have it I fold the seats down.
Okay.
I put all the equipment on this like ladder that I have in the back,
Okay.
and then I have this like mat in the trunk.
Okay.
It's supposed to be like an air mattress type thing, like a very thin air mattress, but
Right.
I don't have the pump,
Oh. Okay.
so it's just a mat.
Probably not a very comfortable mat.
No, it's not. So it's just a plastic mat.
Oh
but
boy.
which it feels a little bit more comfortable than the weird shaggy carpet type thing that is on the back of my
Yeah.
seats. So
Yeah.
I'd rather have the plastic mat than carpet.
Yeah, that's fair.
So, and then I had my clothes bag
Okay.
and then a pillow.
Yeah.
It for as a place for my head.
Right.
and then I had like a regular comforter,
Mhm.
and I have to sleep diagonal.
Probably the same for me, if not worse, because I'm about the same height as you.
No, you're taller than
A
I
little
am.
taller. Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be a little bit it'd be a little bit easier for you because of the fact that you're a lot thinner than I am
Yeah.
by a substantial margin.
Yeah.
So like
So
that's like a major reason why it was a little bit it was like
uncomfortable.
yeah.
Yeah.
uh
So.
it was really weird. And
Oh, I bet.
yeah, like uh, I had to like get make like makeshift like privacy curtains and whatnot.
Right.
So I have like so I just have like this bungee cord that I put a sheet across.
Right. Yeah. Like so that way you have the privacy sheet.
Hmm. And then I have my like sun visor uh
Yep.
for like the windshield.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the Millennium Falcon one.
Oh yeah.
So it actually like looks decent.
Right. It's not just a basic one.
Yeah, so I have the so yeah, I have like the Millennium Falcon sun shield on as another form of privacy. Yeah, and it's just it was really bad.
I bet. Like I can only imagine how bad that was.
Yeah. Oh, and then also I don't know if I told you about this. Uh, so remember uh, a couple episodes ago when I told you about my muffler.
Yeah.
So that completely fell off.
Not surprised.
Yeah. So before it was just hanging. Now but recently but then it just completely fell off.
Sounds fun.
Luckily, I was on a dirt road and not on the highway when it flew
Oh yeah. So you could get it.
when it flew out from underneath my car.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So I had to get that fixed, like pretty much
Oh
immediately.
yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. So yeah, like yeah, the muffler came off and the tailpipe fell off again, so I had to fix that. And then my car sounded like a motorcycle for 3 weeks.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Luckily, my dad was able to get my car fixed for like less than $500.
Wow.
Yeah, especially consider the fact that like if I did it normally, uh, and like went to a mechanic myself and got it done, it would probably cost like over $1,700 to get it fixed.
Probably.
Yeah, which is why I told my dad. So this was like Good Friday weekend.
Yeah.
So like on Good Friday, I told my dad, I'm just like, hey, can you go to the mechanic tomorrow and get it fixed, and I'll pay, and I'll just like give you the money. He's like, no, why don't you go yourself? I'm just like, because I don't know how to talk to mechanics.
Yeah.
Like, you know what you're doing when you're talking to mechanics. I don't. He's
Yeah.
like,
You have to know what you're doing, otherwise they will get the better of you.
yeah. So he's like, okay, yeah, I'll go. So then like
So.
he went to a couple of mechanics here. They weren't really good. Then he went all the way to Queens to get it fixed. That's how he was.
Wow.
Yeah, because there's like a there's a what's it called, like a junkyard
Okay.
in Queens that for specifically like for cars. So over there, because of that, there's a bunch of like specialty shops
Right.
for car repair. So there's like a couple of like actual muffler shops,
Right? Yeah.
which were a lot more common back in the 70s. So that's why he got it fixed. That's why he was able to actually get it fixed over there, because he was able to
Right.
get a muffler for like really cheap.
Yeah.
All right, it's about like 90 minutes in. We should probably wrap
Yeah.
this up.
All right. I'll do the ending. All right. So I think that is all the time we have for today. Hopefully we'll be able to get the next episode after this a little sooner than months. Um,
Yeah.
but but that also being said, life happens. So we do have things that come up, and sometimes we just can't. Our agendas don't meet up. So sometimes it's a little hard for us to get recordings done. But hopefully the next one will be a lot sooner than this. So
Yeah.
I'm Brittany,
I'm Ivan.
and we'll see you guys in the next episode.